Hi, it's Dave T here, and several people have commented on previous videos I've made where I've been using the awning puller from Kampa. Now, I actually bizarrely came up with this idea about 7 or 8 years ago and made something myself. Has to be said, not as well engineered as this and not as convenient as this, but basically exactly the same principle. And I used that for several years, and then when Kampa brought this out onto the market, then I actually purchased one of those. And from memory, it's only 20 quid or so, something like that. I'll put a link in the description, not affiliated, and I'll also put a note of the price here, so you know that. Now, in terms of basically what it is, we have a kind of a kite style rope holder with comfortable handles. It's made of really strong plastic, so that's not going to break. And then it's got probably something like 20 or so meters of a thick nylon cord, which is soft to the touch, so it's not going to damage anything. There's no abrasion there. I can quite easily run it through my fingers. There's no abrasion at all. As I say, there's a fair length of that on there. And then at the other end, we have a pulley here. Attached to the pulley, we have a pad. More on the pad in a second, and then also a second pulley along here with a clip which allows you to actually clip this onto either the loop or the eyelet along the end of the awning rail strip of the awning. Now back to this pad. Basically the pad itself stops the pulley from rubbing up against the van, so you're not going to damage anything. And then attached to the pad is a strip of the awning beading, which can then be inserted into the awning rail. And the kit actually comes with, I believe, 2 awning stoppers, which are just little threaded barrel blocks which slide into the awning rail with a screw thread where you can clamp them down. Won't do any harm to your awning rail at all, and that acts as a stop that this can pull up against. I'm sure we're all familiar with the problems of an awning in terms of trying to reach it if you're not as tall as I am. Even I have difficulty reaching it a lot of times if you're pitched on a slope or something. So if you're under 6'4", then you're going to struggle to get it, and you end up having to use steps or something like that to actually increase your height, and obviously that's a safety risk. So by using this, you can slide it in, and then all of the pulling is then done from the ground. Now you can either have this with 2 people using it, with 1 person pulling on the cord from the ground level, and then that transfers along the line to the other end where the awning is being pulled along the actual awning rail. You can also, as you see probably in the video I'm overlaying now, you can actually use it on your own as well. So this is when it really pays for itself, because if you're trying to do it on your own, you're often either trying to force it up right above your head to try and drag it along the awning rail, or kind of running backwards and forwards, pulling and then pushing in from the other end as you get further along. And with this, basically, you can, even standing at the end where you're putting the awning into the rail, you can still pull from the other end. You're pulling at the perfect angle directly along the awning rail itself, and pull the awning along at the same time as pushing it and manhandling it along the ground, so to speak, and into the rail. So definitely worth the money. I think it makes life a lot easier, a lot safer, a lot less likely to put your back out. I think I've been using this one for 2 or 3 years now, and my DIY model that worked in a similar way for several years before that. So it's a great idea, worthwhile investment, thoroughly recommend it. And I hope you found this video helpful or interesting, and if you have, then please do hit that like button. And if you're interested in seeing other videos that I make, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. But most of all, thanks for watching.